Yeah, so this is part 2 of Norm on Dennis Miller's show. Because last night's one was fucking jokes. Norm was on fire. And he's quite good with Norm. He's good at letting Norm talk and kind of adding in a way that's like just helps him. Doesn't help him, but he kind of goes with him, but also, yeah, he's just, I think the two of them together they have a good kind of energy between them. But Norma's been on fire. But yeah, let's go.
We have the good taste to bring tonight's guest back. Every season he is as uncensored a wit as they come. His new sitcom, The Norm Show, is on ABC Wednesdays at 9:30. Please welcome George Wendt, ladies and gentlemen.
They thought they were getting
Georgie Wendt. Norby,
How you doing, man?
how are you?
I'm all right. How's it going?
Year in, year out, my favorite guest.
All right, you're a good man.
Because you have no inner barometer of how far to go.
Well, no, because it's HBO. I like to be dirty, you know, and it's fun.
You know what, Joe? You're like a profane child. That's how I think of you, because you always say, I like to be dirty. Then you go up on this Pynchon-esque cock rant for like 3 minutes. Yeah, cocks are ugly, and Joe Campbell's a cock, and you're always shuffling your feet. What are you nervous about? You're a star, for Christ's sake. How's that sitcom world? Is that hell, or do you like that over there?
It's not a lot of fun, but, you know, it's good to do.
No, it's not on Ollmeyer's. Has Ollmeyer sent you a congratulatory telegram, or what word am I looking for there?
Ollmeyer, I haven't heard any missive, I think.
Who's the Ollmeyer at your network?
This lady, Jamie Tarsis.
Does she think you're funny?
Yeah.
Ollmeyer's not even there anymore, isn't it? Wasn't one of his last official duties to whack you?
Yeah, he took off, and they got this other guy, I think it's maybe Sammy Sosa. I don't know.
Scott Sassa.
Scott Sassa.
All right, now, I want to do a Rorschach thing. What flashes into your mind when I say bad taste? What do you find bad taste?
Well, there was this performance art guy, I remember in New York, that his whole big thing was he'd take a picture of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ of Nazareth, and then...
Oh, that's Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then his whole act is he'd piss on it with his cock.
Wow, you know, at least he showed respect. He could have pissed with his, what, arm?
Oh, you're right. So I thought that was really and horribly bad
That's over
taste.
the line, as far as...
Yeah, because Jesus Christ, you know, he died for the guy's sin, and then the guy pisses on his picture. And it was a picture of Jesus dying for his sins. Like he was on the cross going, oh, I'm dying for the guy's sins. And then this guy's like pissing all over it. But, you know, when Judgment Day comes, he's going to have to face Jesus Christ of Almighty of Nazareth, you know.
And Jesus is going to say, hey, asshole, what's with the peeing on my picture?
Yeah. That negates every other good thing he ever did, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, you don't piss on my picture.
Nah. You don't want to come up to the gates of heaven, God's leaning there with a nunchuck strapped around his neck, you know. How do you
go, I'll have some performance art for you while the fucking devil shoves some coal up your ass.
As I said before, the childlike outro. But effective. How do you define bad taste? Is it like beauty? Is it in the eye of the beholder, or what?
Yeah, it kind of is. You know, it depends on what people... Some people, like, get all upset over certain words. Like, they think that... Like, girls all the time, man, when I'm talking to them, like, if I go, hey, how about you and I, like, fuck, you know? And then the girl always goes, like, I don't fuck, I make love. I make love. And I go, I don't care, whatever you want to call, as long as my dirty cock's involved, you know? I don't care. I'm not gonna, not going to get in a semantic argument. Or, you know, you can call it making a grilled cheese sandwich as long as there's a lot of me doing that kind of thing.
Now, what's the earliest into a hitting on a woman that you've ever said, I want to fuck you? Like you give it a couple minutes, right?
I try to get into it pretty quick. You know?
Throw that trump card down. No, because you're in the game.
I don't, because I don't like, I don't ever ask them, would you like to have dinner? I don't really like having dinner with them. Or having a drink with them or anything like that.
No.
You know,
so that's your sort of exchange with women is...
Yeah, I say, hey, how about you and me fuck? And then they go, no. And then they go, how about we have dinner? And I go, I don't like dinner, you don't like fucking.
So it's a pretty basic thing you have with women. Kind of a basic exchange.
I'm not good with girls.
When do you remember first being cognizant of bad taste? You know, because when you're a little kid, everything's kind of funny. You know, like farting is explosively funny.
Right.
When do you remember first being able to differentiate between bad taste and good taste?
I know when you're a kid, you'll say anything. Like, I don't remember much, but I have a little boy, you know, a sweet little boy.
You have a son?
Yeah, he's a good boy.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah.
Ah, you want to say hey to him?
Yeah, hey, well, you
he can't watch this show. That's what I always say. You can't watch Daddy.
Right. So little Dylan and I went to El Pollo Loco. Yeah.
His original name was Zimmerman, though, right?
I thought that would be the coolest name as I was a kid. I never heard anybody named Dylan. I said, this will be because I love Dylan Thomas.
Right.
So I said, this will be a cool name for a kid, and I thought it'd be unique, and now every fucking kid is Dylan. And they named him after that 90210 guy. Can you imagine? That's what I read in not a book, but a periodical. So anyway, little Dylan and I were getting some chicken at the Pollo Loco.
Right.
And kids are so wonderful, you know. You know that.
Unfiltered.
They're unfiltered, exactly. Yes. So we're standing beside this huge fat broad, you know. And so
not as unfiltered as Daddy, but unfiltered.
So me and little Dylan are behind her, and he goes, Daddy, look how fat she is. And then so I had not said, you're not supposed to call fat people fat to him, so it wasn't his fault. So I said, no, Dylan, shit, enough with that. And he goes, I bet she's going to eat a lot of chicken. I bet. It was really funny because everybody was looking at her. And then right at that moment, the guy goes, yes, ma'am, what would you like? And she was like, I'll have 2 pieces of chicken. You know, she was going to order like 8 full whole chickens, you know.
Well, how do you know that?
Yeah, how do I know that?
Yeah, maybe she wasn't going to order 8 full chickens.
No,
maybe she...
because right when she ordered the 2 chickens, she did like the shifty eye, you know. I don't do a good shifty eye.
So you're behind her in line and yet able to discern the subtle REM-like movements of her eyeballs.
You got me on that one, man. I made that part up.
You don't even have a son!
For the purposes of that anecdote, I am not Darren.
I thought you were going to be quick and say, it was Linda Blair! We got a phone call for you, believe it or not. Fat woman from El Pollo Loco. No. It's Murtaugh from Miami, Florida. Murtaugh!
Hey, Dennis. Hey, Norm.
How are you, Mert?
I'm good. You know, I can't wait to see your new show. It really looks good.
Oh, yeah?
Well, when's it on again, Normie? Remind me. You're good. You're one of my friends. I'll let you plug capriciously.
Okay, it's on when...
oh, come on, you gotta get this. Huh?
When is it on?
Are you in it?
Yes. It's on Wednesday at 9:30 on the American Broadcasting Corporation.
All right. So, what's your question there, Mert?
Okay, why is it people like this annoying Joan Rivers, you know, always criticize people's bad taste at the Academy Awards, you know, like Gwyneth Paltrow, who's like the hottest chick on earth. And, well, she has no taste in fashion whatsoever, you know, man? I mean, God.
Well, I don't. You know what? I feel awkward here because I met Joan Rivers once and she was so nice to me and so funny. But I agree with him to some extent when she gets like lays into Kathy Bates or saying, Kathy Bates never did anything wrong by her. And I just think there's that slight tinge of desperation in Joan sometimes nowadays, you know, that she'll say anything and that kind of
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes that makes me uncomfortable. But, you know, she's a good dame. She does a great show
I hate
there.
slamming other celebrities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Remember when Spade did that, how he lived his life in fear?
To Eddie?
Well, to Eddie, you know, to Eddie
a lot of
specifically,
people, right,
but
yeah.
Spade used to do that Hollywood moment. Spade, he's a great guy, one of our best friends, but he was always scared shitless because he made his whole thing out there just trashing people, and they would get pissed and call him, and he was always like living in fear. He never goes to Hollywood parties because he's afraid somebody's going to kick his little Sputnik ass.
Right, because everybody he insults is like 2.5 feet taller than him.
Now, Norm, have you ever done anything in your long and storied career that you consider specifically to be in bad taste, as you look back on it? Maybe at the time you thought it was a good play, but you look back on it and you think that was in bad taste.
Well, sometimes, like in stand-up, I'll do jokes that are like one time I was doing this thing in San Francisco, and they were all gay people in the audience. They told me, so I figured I'd
In San Francisco?
Yeah.
No.
So I figured I'd do stuff about gay people so that they could relate to it.
Yeah, it's warm up. They love that.
And so I was talking about, because I went to this gay pride parade, and I saw in it there were these old men and old ladies like with these signs that said, "We are proud of our gay son," you know? And so I was saying, that's an odd thing to be proud of, you know, because it's not an achievement, you know? It's not like something you work all your life to be gay or anything like that. And I just wondered, I had a hard time believing that these 50, 60-year-old men are actually bragging, you know, at work like they're, "Hey, Bill, you know, my kid, oh my God, we're proud of him, Johnny. He graduated from Harvard, you know, first in his class, you know what I mean? Now he's articling over at a law firm, and, oh yeah, he loves cock." You know? This kid, he can't get enough cock in his mouth, his ass, this kid's always cock. I got a picture of the boy here sucking another man's cock. I want to show it to him.
To watch the maturation of you as an artist, to realize it took you 9.5 minutes to get around to the sucking cock stuff. It's beautiful to see you comfortable in your own skin, Normie. All right. The Norm Show, 9:30. What night? Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
ABC. Good luck with it. Norm Macdonald. Stick around. Norm will do the news. Norm Macdonald.
Do one more.
Now, Norman, you're an inventive guy. Which of the current batch of inventions has tickled your fancy? What do you like?
Well, Henry Ford just invented the assembly line there,
Right.
you know?
Yeah,
and that was good because he wanted, you know, not just rich people, but anyone to drive over and see his cock.
Is there any other one that's caught your fancy?
There was Alexander Graham Bell.
Yeah.
You know, he invented the telephone.
Right.
So he could call people up, tell them to come on over and see his cock, you know, because he was trying to yelling it out the window.
So,
Hey,
theme development.
check out my cock.
So, Norm, I hear you just got back from New York City. What's happening in Gotham?
Oh, my God. Well, the big thing is the new Empire State Building. Have you seen this?
I've heard. I have not seen yet.
Oh, it's crazy. What I'm interested in is the original architect's blueprint, you know?
Yes.
It called for the building to be painted flesh tone, Dennis, with a large rounded head,
Dennis.
so the architect could lie on the street and pretend he had a 1,000-foot cock. Frank Lloyd Wright, more like Frank Lloyd Cock.
So, Norm, tell me, what's your take on this whole Cold War thing?
Well, my brother works down at the UN, right? And you remember last week when Khrushchev was banging his shoe on the table?
Crazy bastard.
Yeah. So my brother was sitting beside him, and Khrushchev, like, he accidentally slips, and my brother gets hit right in the cock.
With the shoe?
Yeah, by Khrushchev's shoe. So my brother turns to him, he says, "Hey, you hit me in the cock again, you dirty commie, I'll bury you."
So what's been happening, man?
Oh, man, I dropped acid the other week. That is bizarre stuff.
Really?
Yeah, my cock started singing to me. I like Joe Cocker.
Step for something other than just being Mexico's bitch. I say if President Clinton 296 doesn't snap us out of this downward spiral we're in, we dump his gay ass. Next selection process, we clone Jesse Ventura again, bring him back. Hey, Norm.
Hey, you know what I think they should put on the dark side of the moon?
What?
Vast fields of bioengineered hydroponically grown cock. Yeah, you know, like a backup supply just in case our earthbound supply of cock might run out one day.
Little cock tucked away for a cocky day.
Exactly. Look at my head, man. It looks like a cock.
It does.
Cock. 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 That's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
All right. Is Norm back? No, he went to the bathroom. We finally get hold of Norm.
Maybe he's in Minneapolis.
You mean with the Anglo-Nicholas brother, Larry Craig?
Just saying.
All right, well, let's go to our expert on the subject. This is Norm Macdonald.
What?
Norm, I kid. I know you're the world's most active hetero.
I'm not. I'm very. As a matter of fact, I'm very asexual.
Why is that? What drove you to that? Is it fear of germs or what?
Just people. Even having a meal with them's hard enough, you know. Let alone all that filthy stuff that goes on afterwards.
So you're literally talking about watching a grilled cheese go into the oral orifice repulses you. You can't
But
even.
I know how about that Larry Craig guy, man. There's nothing to understand about that. I mean, what do you need a psychiatrist for? You know it, and I know it. I mean, if there was co-ed bathrooms, we're heterosexual. If there were co-ed bathrooms,
Yeah.
and this kind of stuff was going on, man, I'd be there all the time. Let's not kid ourselves.
All right, I'm not kidding myself, Norm. You've nailed me. Where are you at today, brother? Where are you calling me from?
I'm calling you. I just woke up, and Christian just woke me up.
Ah, Jesus. Why did you do that, Christian? You know Norm needs his sleep.
Christian's becoming the bane of my precious last few moments of life.
What don't we know, my friend? What have you got the Epstein bar or what?
I just mean in the sense that we all only have a precious few moments of life left. I was talking in the broader.
No.
But listen, you know what I think about that Senator Craig thing now is that what I want to know is those codes, man, because, you know, there's these things that happen in life that I think I'm kind of cynical, you know?
Yes.
And then they happen, and I go, man, I didn't know that existed in life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And one was the pit bull thing.
Sure. Who would have thought that people were that monstrous? I agree with you.
Right. But when I talk to people, they go, oh, yeah, that happens. Like, I knew about that, you know? And I go, you did? Like, I never knew that. But not that I compare the two. But I had no idea there was this bathroom thing going on that was so, you know, it wasn't just a small thing because they had a sting operation, they had a code, you know. The Minneapolis airport bathroom was apparently famous.
It's the Tigris and Euphrates of the code topic.
Exactly. So for you or me, we would just be a hopefully, I can't speak for you, but for me, you would just be a place we quickly run in, you know. These guys, they're going, have you been to the Minneapolis airport bathroom? This place is the hottest joint in town. Talk about your mind-blowing sex.
There's like a velvet rope, like outside Studio 54.
That'd be great. With an old black gentleman allowing you in.
Are you on the list?
Exactly.
You know, my feeling, Norm, is they ought to put in, like Grauman's Chinese Theater, put how wide Craig's footprints were in soft cement in there so people can come in for photo ops and see how absolutely. Yeah, that's.
I think they should put a list of what the code is, because I don't know codes, you know, and I don't want to do the code by mistake, because a lot of times I'll be listening to my iPod.
Well, you know, the thing about the code is if you don't know it and you miss...
What if I was tapping my toes to listening to my Billy Joe Shaver CD,
right,
and my toe tapped against an old dude's police officer, and then he knocked on a thing, and I took off my clothes. I go, what? He goes, what time is it? I go, 7 o'clock. I look at my watch. He goes, are you sure? I go, absolutely. Next thing, he's clambering under or something. I go, no. I don't know the code.
Misreading the whole thing.
You need the code at all? Couldn't you, like, if I was doing it, I would just stand in the center of the bathroom thing and just, peer at guys.
I know you give off the wrong vibe. All of a sudden you got Sam Drucker. You know when you go to get your car re-lubed and they lay on that thing that has wheels on it? You look down, you got Sam Drucker coming under the stall into yours. Or if you misdo the code, the Carpathia shows up in an effort to pull people out of the lifeboats.
The anonymous thing to me has always been, because I find it like it would take me probably a year before I was comfortable enough with a person,
Right.
show them my back of my hair on my back. But the anonymous part, like, here's a guy, he's never met a guy ever, in his whole life. And he's in an airport, and he's like, come on in, sir, we don't have much time. I hope you like the place. I was just defecating in it. I didn't want to do that. Anyways, I got an 8:40 to Chicago. I don't have much time to just robe and get to this filthy thing. I'm going to grab a slice of Sbarro and...
All right, Norman, I got a rock, baby. I'm up against a hard break, as was Larry Craig. This is the Dennis Miller Show. All right, folks.
I don't know how actually far. I think we've done about 20 minutes. So that's not too bad. We'll slowly get through it. But yeah, because I've done the best of this, but the best of was very hard to, like, the way it was just put together is you kind of didn't know when one bit was ending, and so it's kind of hard to figure out what was. So this is good that these are on there too, because I remember that. So I did do a best of them two on a radio show, his radio show. Well, yeah, that's jokes, and we're definitely carry on. But yeah, that's the reaction. Sweet.